And he's like, I don't like it. I don't like any of it. I don't like art. I don't like the dramatic play. I don't like it at all. And then we get in the car and he's like, they feed me foods I don't like. They gave me oranges and vegetables and mac and cheese, and I don't like any of it.
I don't like any of it.
He's just like, I want to burn that place down when he leaves. And there it is.
I get it, man.
Here's the deal. We're two moms and we popped babies out in our 40s. And it's hard.
It was hard.
It's also the best thing that's ever happened to either one of us.
Yeah, but now we're moms in our 40s.
In our 40s.
With preschoolers.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about that.
Let's talk about it.
Let's bring the community together of women.
All the moms, 40, 20.
And also, let's just talk about, real shit. Real life, real women shit.
Yeah, real women shit. Let's do that.
Shit's hard. And also, it's funny. Life is funny.
Let me just pull my bush out of my bush.
Cheers.
Cheers. Unfiltered.
Because if you want a show, we're a shit show. We're here for you.
Yeah.
Talking about back to school, these college moms, they're like, are you ready to go to parents weekend so we can get shitty at all the fraternities again? I was like, too bad I'll be getting shitty in Mexico. I won't be with you.
Oh, bummer. Is that what it is?
Yeah, but you know what? I'm not mad about it.
Okay, good.
That's another late night. I'm not prepped. I already stayed out until 8 last night. So
I know.
I
We
can't.
stayed out late last night.
Yeah, we did. We crushed it because we're mature-ish mamas. Speaking of which, welcome to Mature-ish Mamas.
Welcome to our podcast.
Welcome. I'm Cal.
I'm Megs.
We're mature-ish because we do old mom things. Because
Yep.
we're old moms.
We do old mom things very immaturely.
Immaturely, because that's the fun of life for
Yeah.
us. Anywho.
Thanks.
Oh, I'm going to be putting on our necklaces today.
Well, at least you got one owl in the room.
Yep. How many licks does it take? My shirt says it's a Tootsie Roll shirt, you guys.
Or is it?
Or is it?
How many licks does it take to get to the center of you? Remember that song? How many licks does it take to get to the center of you?
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Is that what she does? Something like that right there. There's
Yeah.
a singing, I think she's singing.
There's a singing owl in it.
Yeah. Ooh, 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 ooh. What does the owl say? Ooh, 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 ooh. That's what it says. Mm-hmm. There was a fox at our house last night, and I was like, you guys, this is so cool. And I didn't see it, but now I know that he's roaming the village. He's a roamer on the property. Maybe we'll see him again, and I'm going to ask him. I'm going to ask him what he says.
What did he say? What did he say?
What
Next time you ask him,
Yeah.
I mean, next time you talk to him.
is it? Did or do? What do? Oh, it is.
What
did.
what
Does. I'm going to ask him what he does. I'm going to ask him
what does you say?
What does you say, Fox?
Excuse me, Fox. What does you say?
Some of you have never joined us before, and you're like, "What the fuck am I listening to?" This is it.
We don't know either. We don't have the answer to that yet. But we'll tell you by the end of this episode.
By the end of the episode, we'll tell you what we're talking about.
Yep, maybe.
Maybe and maybe not.
Maybe not.
Maybe we'll switch it
I
up.
wonder if that fox is trying to get those chickens.
He's probably is, because we had a coon that was getting our chickens when we used to have 22. Then we had like 8.
Oh
And now
my gosh, they got that many?
They destroyed. It was
The raccoons?
I think it was. Maybe there was a little other varmint out there. Damn varmint. We go outside, and Grandpa is sitting in it wasn't a rocking chair, but it seemed to be a rocking chair, and he's basically wearing some overalls, and he's got his gun, and he's just sitting there staring at chickens. Like, you think you're watching? I'm not sure how you gun.
Pew, pew.
It might be like that. And he's just watching, and I look outside. I'm like, this is where I live. This is my actual life. It's not a sitcom. It's not a movie, and it's not Yellowstone.
I love that.
It's
so
my backyard. That fox better watch his ass.
Grandpa's sitting on the porch waiting for a fox.
Waiting for the fox.
Waiting for a coon to come get those chickens.
You want to know what the fox says when he's getting shotted? Yeah, because we might know. Mm-hmm. This is what it's practicing. What is it, like? Protecting your domain or something, I think is like the law where you can like take care of animals that are killing your animals.
Sure.
So just so you guys know, I think that's true. Otherwise, we've never shot anything here. If that's not true, it's one of those two things.
Right.
It's fine. Okay.
It's one of those two things.
It's one of those things. Let's talk about back to school.
Back to school.
That was really good. You practice that, don't you?
Well, I mean, I'm a product of the 90s.
Yeah, that's true.
So
yeah,
that was like at every single thing we did. And then it was also at the clubs later
let
on.
me hear it again.
Bow, 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 bow.
That was the end part that you do so good. Yeah.
Thank you.
Back to school.
Bow, 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 bow.
We're going to be doing that all the time now. You guys are welcome. You're going to love it. And we tried to do an episode to put out before we went back to school, but it only got half the audio. So now we're doing it afterwards because the kids are in school and we have more funny stories to tell about that. And then some are not in school. And we're going to talk about, should you put your kid in school or should you not put your kid in school?
Bow, 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 bow.
Who needs a soundboard when you have Megs? Like, seriously, do you guys want to hire her out? Because she is available and she can do this via FaceTime.
I can do quinceañeras. I got graduation parties, first birthday parties, granny's party, whatever you
baby
need.
deliveries.
Baby
pops out and
Yep. Name your creation.
Yep.
Bow, 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 bow. It's a boy.
This is so great.
It's a boy.
It sounded better. Oh my gosh, we got to get our tattoos. I just saw your tattoo and I remembered.
do.
Yeah. So
We need to do that soon.
she gave me like 5 dates and all of them we are not available because I know your schedule and
Yeah,
mine.
I know you do.
Yep. So anywho, back to
school. Bow, 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 bow.
they're like
apologize.
changing to the next show.
I know.
I'll watch next week's episode or last week's episode, but not this episode. Okay, so the kids, they're in school. Mine are in school. Let me just tell you. Let me lay on the school, and we'll lay on preschool and then no school. So, I mean, Kinsey's not back to school yet. She's a senior in college, but she's going to send me a back to school picture when she does go back. Her and her friends.
Good. A first day?
Yep, first
That's
day of senior
awesome.
year. Yep, and then I convinced Jason not to go back to college, so that's cool. He's golfing, or working, one of the two,
Yes.
or playing pickleball,
Yep.
one of the three,
Yep.
or playing poker, one of the
Four.
one of the four, or sleeping,
5,
one of the 5, or eating. He's doing one of those 6 things. Anywho, kindergarten and first grade. So I have so many kids; it's hard to keep track. First grade and preschool. So back to school blues or back to school blessings? What is it? You know, both.
I bet. Both.
Yeah, a little bit of both. So Quincy, first of all, he was terrified to go back as a first grader. And I know a lot of kids experience different levels of anxiety or excitement when it comes to going back to school. I was always excited to go back to school.
I was too.
Yeah.
I was really excited because I felt like the end of the summer was kind of starting to get boring.
Yeah.
And you like saw just your neighborhood kids kind of thing. And you were like excited to get back and see your friends that you haven't seen for a while.
Sharpen some pencils.
Sharpen some pencils in your new fits.
Back to school fit that you were going to throw on your little orange number with the, remember I got the pleated like little skirt with like polka dots on it and then like an off the shoulder shirt and then my big permed hair, just get back to school in it.
Yep.
You know?
I had a bright hot pink windbreaker.
Oh, here comes Megan. Here comes Megan.
Yep. And I had black with splatter paint.
Oh, yes.
Pants and a zip up jacket. I didn't care that because listen, when you're a child, you don't understand weather.
No, I don't. I don't care what the weather's doing. I'm doing
Back
the
to school,
windbreaker.
yeah, back to school. I remember because my brother's birthday is the 15th of August, and it was always like the day before or his birthday. Like I always felt so bad for him for that.
Yeah,
'cause
that's
it's
the
like,
worst.
Gotta go back to school on your birthday.
Do better, God.
So
Just kidding.
Yeah.
God, I love you. Sorry.
Whoop 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 whoop.
Yep. So
Jesus is my homeboy. We're not mad at God for giving him that birthday.
we're not.
Wowzer. Okay.
Sidetracked, derailed,
Yep.
back.
And so I always remember because it was like his birthday. So August 14th, now as a child, back to school, it's fall.
Yeah.
It's not summer still.
Nope.
Even though it's summer till the 21st of September, it's fall. So I don't care that it's 95 degrees. I'm wearing my jacket zip up windbreaker today. And I'm going to just wear it all day.
And you're right into your friend group.
Starting fires with my thighs.
Yeah. Oh my God, I love it. So we were obviously the opposite of Quincy.
Yeah.
Like, meanwhile, we're going to bed the night before, and it was actually so cute. Like, now looking at it, he was like very irritated and kind of being a little punk the night before we started school. It's like, I just want to go to the park and I want to whatever. He was trying to distract himself from thinking about it. Cause the second we laid in bed, he was just starts crying. He's like, Mom, I don't want to go back. Like he was so scared to be away from me. And after the summer, we didn't have a lot of separation. He's been going through some things with his, therapy or just the time of life. I'm not exactly sure, but he just didn't want to leave me. He's like, I have to go for 7 hours tomorrow, which is kind of wild. You think about that. Like, okay, where the fuck are kids going to school for that long? I still think it's super stupid. Can somebody write a memo to somebody that's going to do something about that?
Can we talk to the manager?
Yeah, can we talk to the manager here? Because that's too long for kids. They don't need to be learning for 7 hours. And let's face it, they're probably only learning for 3 of those 7 hours. We're just using it for a babysitting service. Couldn't they just go play with their friends instead? I guess that's what it's for.
Never mind. We take it back. We just had a full realization.
Yeah. No, They only get 2 recesses and lunch, and then they're like sitting in the class. I don't know. I just don't like it.
I know. It does seem like a really long time. And there's probably parts of it that are pretty unnecessary. Kids don't need to do a lot of the stuff that they do have to do in school. But also it's like this double-edged sword kind of thing.
Double-edged spoon.
Double-edged spoon. A double spooner.
Yep. That's what it is. And it's hard because some kids do love that setting and they thrive. And they're also the ones that love and thrive in an office, a 9-to-5 setting. But it's not like we don't need to be preparing every single human to do a 9-to-5 because you couldn't pay me to go somewhere for 7 hours a day
and sit. I think that's literally what a job is.
What a job is. You couldn't pay me 6 figures to do that shit. Hell no. Yeah. I can barely sit here for 1 hour.
I know.
So these poor children, so I get it. I'm like, dude, I get it.
Yeah.
But also,
how awesome of you to recognize too that he was being a punk because he needed to occupy his mind. That's such a cool mom thing that you did, because sometimes you don't think that far ahead or that through.
Yep.
Through the whole process to get to that point. You're just like,
dude, chill
what's
out.
wrong?
Yeah.
Come on.
We're not going to the park.
Yeah, no, that's the night before school. What are you doing? But good for you.
That was my initial response, actually. We're not going. What we've already done all this stuff and it's been summer and we've had all this fun. And then I was like, you know what? Why don't you just get in the car and go to the park? Let's do that. Right. How about that? And then
there's been so many moments in my momming that I do that, but I do have to get through it to that point.
Yep.
Where it's like, why? Right, yeah. Why am I saying no?
Right. Can we just go to the park? Yeah. It's not I can sit.
And then you go to the park and it's great.
Yeah, it was. And it was a great distractor. And, eventually I got him to sleep. This is actually pretty cool. So he's crying, trying to go to sleep. And he's just, I'm like, Whitten's like, shut up. I'm trying to go to sleep, bro. What's happening? And so he drifts off and Quincy's still just bawling and he's, expressing his concerns. I'm like, and I caught myself. So I started to get, my thermometer started to go up a little bit because I'm like, I don't know what else to do, Quincy. And I said this, I'm like, if you don't want to go to school, then you can sit at home and you can not turn on the TV, not turn on any devices, and just sit there and look at some books because you're going to have to learn how to read eventually. Because maybe I'll have to be a homeschool mom eventually, but I'm just not quite ready or there yet. Or maybe my opinion of the 7 hour days might switch at some point. Mm-hmm. Anywho, I slowed myself down. I was like, okay, Cal, listen to the words that are coming out of your mouth right now. He's scared. So what you're saying is not supporting him. Cause then he's like, but then I don't want to be able to do anything. I'm like, no. And then you're going to sit in the car because we're going to sit in the car at your brother's school and you're just going to sit there for 3 hours. And he's like, but, so I'm like, okay, he's spiraling. I'm not doing a great job. So I took a deep breath and that literally, I love it because it only lasted probably for 30 seconds. Mm-hmm. So I pulled myself back. So quick.
Good job. Damn. Really? That's called learning.
It is.
Practicing.
Yeah, with you guys. You guys have watched me on this crazy journey of motherhood with my 5-year-old, 6-year-old. I don't even know how old he is. So anyways, I said, you know what, bud? Let's do this. You can go to school in the morning and then you can tell your teacher that you want to come home. And I'll come get you, but we will have to take your brother to school. So we will be in the car for a few hours while he finishes school. But if that makes you feel more comfortable, let's do that. And he's still kind of crying. And I said, you know what? Can we do some gratitudes? Let's share some things that we're grateful for. And for the next probably 5 to 10 minutes, we took turns going back and forth. And I was able to support him to emotionally regulate himself and bring himself down from that 10 down to a 5, down to sleep. Like literally he was like saying gratitudes, falling asleep. And it was so cute. And I felt like such a great mom moment of like recognizing, okay, he's having a difficult time with something. Me trying to present any solution wasn't really supporting him. So let's distract with some positive things. And it just was that proof of the positivity and what gratitude can do for all of us when we're spiraling.
I love that. That's so awesome.
Cool.
And I love too that instead of, so you know, on your thermometer where you're at, you're bringing yourself down first because that's the most important part of that.
Yeah.
And then instead of using like a threat of like, you have to sit in the car with me, you just explain to him the day.
Yeah.
Like instead of like using it as a threatening
Yep.
way, it was like, you can stay home. It was just an explanation
Right.
of if you stay home, this X, Y, and Z will have to happen. Instead of it being like, well, if you stay home, then you have to go sit in the car and like, you know, but it's the same. It's the same. You told him the same exact thing, which that's so amazing. And I love that. And what an amazing way to like reframe his brain into saying,
I know.
oh, I can fall asleep.
And then he felt safe.
And he felt safe.
Yeah, falling asleep. And he woke up at 4 a.m. crying. He was like, I don't want to go to school. I'm like, I know, baby, it's okay. So we did some more gratitudes. He went back to sleep. We got up. And then when we got there and he saw his friends, it was like two different little humans, like the same kid that would not leave my side all summer. He stopped wanting to do play dates.
Mm-hmm.
He was really
Stopped going to grandpa's. Right?
Yeah. And he used to stay the night at grandpa's house if he could 6 nights a week, but like 4 nights a week. And now he would like go over there, stay the night. He's like, no, thank you. And he would come home. So like he was really pulling himself into this like space of fear that he felt he had to have me. And we went and he saw one of his bros and he took some pictures and he got in line and he's all like smiling and playing. And I went over and like, he's like, say bye, mom. And I gave him a hug and he kind of like pushed me away. Like he wanted the hug, but then like pushed me away. And since then he has just been crushing his school life. The next day he wakes up 40 minutes early. He's like, hey mom, do you want to go? Should we go? Are you ready to go? And just, he do the kiss and go lane where they like pop out and they waddle their little backpacks, you know, and they run
The
up to the
backpacks
front.
are like half their body right now.
Yeah, it's just the cutest damn thing. And it's just I think a reminder that you know, you don't know what's going to happen until you get through the situation, and sometimes it's so much better than you think it's going to be. And it was wonderful.
I love that, Cal. That's such a supportive story too, because I feel like that's probably pretty common for a lot of parents and moms, especially, that going to start anything, but especially going back to school, there's fear and anxiety with that, you know. Even if they are excited, sometimes that borderline's like the anxiety kind of part. You don't know exactly where to land all the time, you know? So just supporting your kid in the best way that you can, and the best way that you know how for your child. And then I love that it's still like, we're showing up. At least we're going to show up in the date, and then look at how well he did by just showing up. Yeah. And that's also a really important lesson that we're teaching our kids, is just to show up no matter how you're feeling. Just show up, and then things can change from there. You know, whatever that show up, as long as you're showing up, you still can feel safe and say, I want you to show up. And then if there's a problem, you tell your teacher and I'll come get you, or you can tell your teacher and they'll call me, or whatever those steps are that you need. But just the show up, and then him being excited, like to totally change his whole mindset around, was awesome. What a cool story.
And you think about that too, you know, part of you would be like, oh, like, why do we have to have a 3-month summer? Because some areas have like year-round school, or like, you know, we are forcing them into experiencing this. They have this long break and then they're going back. But that's part of life too. Like, we're going to feel anxious about new situations. We're going to have to learn how to process those emotions and do things that are a little bit scary or a little bit hard. And like you said, learn how to advocate for ourselves to make changes after we've tried something. Like you got to try it to know if you like it, to be able to move through, you know?
Exactly. That's the only space where you can continue to be successful in life, is by stepping out and moving through the next hard thing, or the next change, or the next risk that you're going to put yourself into. Yeah. Because otherwise, what is it? Yeah. You're just staying the same, always stagnant.
You know, as we're talking about this, it actually makes me think about like Quincy specifically, of maybe giving myself the opportunity to find some different ways to put him in those spaces, because I was just about to tell you this downstairs. So Quincy wanted this like day 4 of school, and you can put money in their account, which I've never done before because I know he's just going to buy 49 packs of chips or Oreos or whatever, right? So yeah, right. I'm like, you have $20. Make it last for the month. Yeah, Look at. Can I get 6 of these?
What do you guys want? What do you guys want?
Hey, everybody, chocolate milks for all my homies. All right, all right.
Yep, John Carroll's son.
Yeah, exactly. For sure. So he's like, I really want Takis. I don't know where this like got into his brain. So like so much that we were almost going to go get a little bag of Takis for him to bring to school before like that very morning. And I was like, but I'll put him in the grocery order. You can bring him tomorrow. I don't know why you want a Taki anyways. It's just going to like sear your mouth with like salt and all the things, but he wants it. This is going to be cool. So we get the Taki. I put it in his backpack. I said, Mom, did you put my Takis in my backpack this morning? We're going to school. And I said, yeah, but it's in there. And he's like, well, but didn't my teacher say it has to be a healthy snack? I'm like, yeah, it says healthy snack on there. You also have a granola bar, like a yogurt bar in there too. And he's like, well, what if I get in trouble if I pull that out? And then I was like, well, what if you bring it to lunch? He's like, well, no, I don't think I can bring it to lunch because you had to be a sack lunch to do that. And I said, well, what if you eat it before school? So the whole point being is like, he's a little nervous Nelly. Like he's so scared to be in trouble, to get in trouble, which is not a bad thing for sure. You know, he's got his other classmates are all like, I'm talking to the moms and they're all sending messages. Like they're getting notes on their things, like talking in line. Like my kid's having a problem talking all the time. 3 different moms. I've heard this. Like they're like, the kids are all over. Jace, that was Jace, right?
Yeah.
But then he's like so intimidated and fearful of different situations. And while that one can benefit him for respect and learning, I think that if I could find some different ways to get him in some situations where he does feel anxious, feel a little uncomfortable, try it, and then decide if we want to move forward with it. Like maybe I need to just like try a bunch of sports or classes or things to encourage him to move through it. I don't know. Just
or just the exposure of new experiences constantly, not constant, but on a more regular basis.
Yeah,
that could be.
Yeah.
I mean, and just like, and same for you. Now you got to try it out with your son to see if that works for him, that works for you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
we did actually just talk about this, how like Meg's here, she can, this one, I'll be like, hey, I'm trying to figure out something to do that's not our normal routine, because we could literally just sit on our back patio and watch the sunset every night,
which is awesome.
It is. But sometimes it's cool to have new experiences, Cal.
Yeah.
Quincy, Cal, Quincy, Cal, Quincy. And so
Quincy, Cal, Quincy.
Bow, bow, bow. We are going to need to get them out here trying something new. They're like, why do we have to be quiet downstairs? Y'all are loud as F.
I know.
Jeez. And then I'm like, Megs, I don't even know, like, we're going to try to do this, like a new, like some family days and get out and try some new things and not just go to either Three Margs or sit in the backyard. Like, let's try some new stuff. And this one, she's like, well, today I'm going to the Jewish festival. And then there's a nice bazaar that's down in Denver. And then we might hit up the Greek power walk event that's going to be going through Lafayette. Yep. What?
Yeah. Yep. That's, you know what? I have to credit this to my mom, because that's what she would do. And that's what I grew up doing. And so it's just like, I just was thinking about this the other day. I was like, I know that this comes from Denise, which I love. Like, I love that, because now I enjoyed that so much as a kid.
Yeah.
That now I'm trying to share those moments with my kid and my family. And so I have no qualms about showing up to the Jewish festival, even though I'm not Jewish. And that's awesome. Like,
she got herself a yarmulke. She picked one up after she had her, what was it?
Pastrami sandwich.
Yeah.
Kosher.
Her kosher sandwich.
My kosher. No, they were playing music. And the other thing that I was like thinking about all of that is that, because we did go to the Greek festival and we did just go to the Jewish festival, and we go to whatever we want to, whenever we want to. And it's been cool, because without even like thinking of doing it or having it be this, it's an exposure for Caston as well to all different people and cultures. And like, we took him to that Zimbabwean music guy, and they connected, and he came and he was playing his little xylophone for Caston. He's just like watching him, like they were like face to face.
Yeah.
And so it's when you, I guess, in the world where sometimes things can be so judgmental of other people just because of the color of their skin or the religion or the music they listen to or whatever it is. When you're exposed to those things when you're 2-3 years old, it's like, that's just
it's normal. Yeah, this is what we do.
Yeah. Like,
and you're having him try new things all the time. Like, it's not even going to feel uncomfortable because you're like, yeah, we do something new every weekend. My mom's batshit crazy. She points at a calendar, or she just opens up a page and she's like, oh, that's what we're doing today. Mm-hmm. There's a balloon festival. It's a 2-hour drive. Let's get in the car, everybody. Grab your snacks.
We'll stop it somewhere on the way.
Yep,
doing something.
There'll probably be some little stand.
Go a little cave diving while we're there.
One of those food stands. We'll grab, something and some flowers and maybe buy a t-shirt off the peddler that's on the side of the road and who knows where. Like, that's what we're gonna do. Like, I love that about you. And I think for all of us, it is great to be able to find peace and, really enjoy your surroundings and be grateful for what you have. But there's so many cool things out there if you don't just get out of your house every once in a while. Cal and Quincy. Bueller.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, that's just like everything else. We just find balance, you gotta sometimes push yourself to get out and sometimes you gotta push yourself to stay in.
True. Yeah.
So find that balance.
Yeah. Great point. Yeah. Great point. So there's one kid, right? We got kid number 2. He's actually number 4, Whitten John. He's going to preschool and he has not ever left my side, right? So chemo baby, he's been with me since his brain can remember anything.
Like COVID, chemo,
all the perfectly imperfect storm of all of the different things, to where he has had a sleepover at maybe 3 different places ever. He very rarely has a sitter and only has like one friend's house that he's gone over to have play dates with. He wouldn't go to lifetime school is what I called it, because he didn't want to be away from me. So we've been preparing for the last year and a half. Really, I've been focused on trying to get him to feel supported at even just like his grandma's house. And, so I think I was more nervous than him for this one. And just, I'm trying to speak good things into it and be like, he can do this. It's going to be fine. And I told him that he says, Mom, you made me that promise. You're going to hold my hand all day tomorrow. So he felt fine going to bed because he's like, Mom's holding my hand all day.
What?
She's dropping your ass off and leaving.
7 hours. Peace.
Yeah.
I got Mom.
Yeah. She's holding my hand. So I'm going to get some good Z's. Stop crying. So he's great, right? And we go to school, and then I was like, hey, bud, we're dropping him off outside. They have like this cool little door. And I was like, I'm not going to be able to sit in there because there's all these moms and all these kids want their moms to sit there too. So I'm just going to be right in my car. But you just tell your teacher if you want to leave. And we talked to the teacher about it, and she's like, absolutely. Like if he does ask for you, I'd like for him to try to just like say hi and then stay in class. I'm like, of course, I just want him to know that he's safe and that I'm here. And she's like, that's really important to honor your word. So yes, we'll let you know. And so I go back in the car. I'm sitting in the car. I do a post about it. And like these other moms, like, that you're only sitting in your car for yourself. They're never going to call you. They're never going to call you. And I was like, that might be like the condition for some people, but also I think that they will, because the way that these teachers showed up, like they know it's a kind of a different circumstance that he's never left my side. Although there were plenty of kids crying their faces off.
I'm sure. Absolutely. This is brand new for all of them.
Yeah. And they're just trying
because it's not first grade. Yeah. This is preschool.
Well, okay. And I think about this. If you couldn't fully take care of yourself, like, right, like you've got some different things, let's just say like some different disabilities or things where you need somebody to care for you and somebody's been caring for you forever. And then even though they've talked about it, they just drop you off to 2 strangers and 10 other screaming, messed up people. Mm-hmm. And they're like, okay, bye, see you in a few hours. I'd be kind of pissed about it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know these people yet. I don't trust them yet. Like, what do you?
They haven't proven that they can take care of me.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're just going to just shove me in this classroom and make me play blocks all day?
And give me vegetables and oranges. I don't even like that.
Okay. This is the best part. Whitten ends up going to school the whole time. Like, he didn't call me.
Nope.
It was wonderful. I picked him up. I'm like, how was it, bud? And he's like, wasn't good. Didn't like it. Don't want to go back. I'm like, okay, well, we're going to go back tomorrow.
So for 1 year.
Yeah. So it's fine.
9 months.
Yeah. We're going to keep doing it. So the next day we go back and then we have the same conversation after. I'm like, how was it? Like, were there some fun things? And he's like, I don't like it. I don't like any of it. I don't like art. I don't like the dramatic play. I don't like it at all. And then we get in the car and he's like, they feed me foods I don't like. They gave me oranges and vegetables and mac and cheese. And I don't like any of it.
I don't like any of it.
So we're on week 2. And the thing is, though, he's going and he's staying there and he's not crying or calling for me. He just gets done.
Losing sleep at night, right?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, great.
He's just like, I want to burn that place down when he leaves. And there it is.
I get it, man. I didn't really like it after the first week either, but
we had to keep going.
you just don't. I mean, and what a beautiful, beautiful like thing for Whitten. He's just like, listen, I know I got to do this. I'm doing it. I don't like it, but I'm doing it.
Yeah. And sometimes that's what we have to do, and we have to learn new things. And he's learning, I know, even though he doesn't want to share because he's manipulative. He's good, man. He's good. Okay, so week 2, we're going back, and his first day, he noticed that Caston wasn't at Chick-fil-A because we were going to meet him at Chick-fil-A. He's like, where's Caston at? I'm like, oh, they're not feeling so good. So they're staying home. He's like, so he's staying home because he's not feeling good? I'm like, yeah. And he goes, he goes, Mom, I don't feel very good. And he starts full on playing. I'm like,
right away.
Yeah. He's like, I don't think I can go to school today.
He's just so stinking smart.
I'm like, bro, that's not the way it works. It's actually because Megan's sick, not him. So, and I'm not sick. So you have to go to school. It doesn't matter how you feel.
Yep.
You only stay home when mom feels sick.
If your mom is sick.
Yeah, that's the only time. So I drop him off. And this time I finally start leaving. So I am leaving. This is the story I was trying to get to 13 hours ago. So finally, I'm like, maybe it wasn't this week. It was last week, whatever. The first time that I actually leave because they're going to call me anyways, right? Like I live 5 minutes away. So I leave and I'm like, I should probably go to the liquor store.
Yeah.
Because
I need to get my most important errands done.
Yeah. Yep. And I don't have to take the kid into what I call as the licorice store. I could go.
Licorice.
Yeah. I could go by myself. This is really cool. So I pull in and this is like 11:30 in the morning, right? Because you're like, it's the weekend's coming. We're going to want to have some cocktails. It's going to be fun. We're going to celebrate these kids back at school.
Right.
And pull into the liquor store. And I look over at all the other moms popping out, pulling into Starbucks. Right? They're all getting out of their cars. They're walking into Starbucks. They're going to go have their coffee dates with their friends. Not me, pulling up to the liquor store.
Walking out with your 2 handles of rum.
I get out of my car and I walk in and I look back, my car door's open. Like if you don't want to make a scene, don't leave your car door open when you walk.
Don't be Callie Carroll.
The liquor store at
11 a.m.
And I was just like, oh, this is my life. This is this is my world. This is my first stop. When my final kid goes to preschool, and the first stop that I go to is the liquor store, and I leave my door open.
Congratulations.
Yes. Bow, 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 bow. Bow, bow, bow. You win the Best Mom of the Year award. Anywho, that was I was circling around to that. And, since then I have been going to Starbucks. I actually go and I write while he's in school, which is so great. So I can have focus time to work on my book. And it's been great. And I am one of those Starbucks moms now that doesn't talk to any other moms because I'm just doing my book.
Writing.
But don't worry, the rum's at home. So,
Yep, we're all stocked up after that
first time with my door open. Got that done.
Well, just a second though. You're writing a book, Cal?
I'm writing a book writing time.
What?
Yeah. You know what? I started working on this project at the beginning of the year, and I've been working on books for 8 years. Any of you guys? I think a lot of us want to write a book. We don't know how to write a book. We think we're going to write a book, and then you write 13 paragraphs in a Google Doc and you exit, or maybe one paragraph. I don't know. Have you ever done that? Not a twinkle in your eye. No. Okay, so not for this one.
Not me.
Me,
I could write a children's book.
You know what? I think that they actually are the most lucrative and
great.
They're the shortest.
Let me get on that. I could write. Actually, Johnny had an idea for a children's book.
Don't tell them. They're going to take it.
I'm not going to tell you.
You can tell them if you want.
No, I don't want to.
Okay, let's still write it. So yeah, I started writing and I felt all this trauma coming up at the beginning of the year, and I just was stuck. I was I need to be focused on me and my healing just after all of Whitten stuff. And just a week ago, my brain just knew that I was supposed to be writing about being a chemo mom before any of these other subjects. So it's been so so easy because my brain not easy, but like just like streamlined,
like flowing out of
Yes.
you.
Yeah. Where before I was like feeling like I was having to do it. And right now I'm like, I can't wait to go to Starbucks to friggin' sit in front of my computer, which is cool.
And I think that's beautiful. That's probably going to that's what makes books great.
Yeah.
When it's not forced and it's flowing out of you and you're telling an amazing story.
Yeah.
So
I'm excited about it.
I'm excited.
Back to school, back to book writing, and Whitten hates school, and it is what it is. His teacher asked yesterday, I was like, so how does he like it? I'm like, he doesn't.
He hates it. He hasn't told you? I'm surprised.
Yeah. She's like, well, this is what she says. She's like, really? Because he has so much fun and he's playing with all of his friends and he's a leader in the class and he loves the dramatic play area. He's over there every day playing with his friends. I don't like the dramatic play. I'm like, what? I said, that's funny. This kid,
that's awesome.
So I think he's just manipulating when he gets home, and he's really tired. I don't know. For those of you who've had chemotherapy, I don't know like how long that sits in your bones. I think a long time, like 7+ years, 7 to 10 years. So he gets home and he's toasted after 3 hours of doing dramatic play and eating vegetables.
Yep.
He's tired, man. So it could just be that like, he's like, oh, I'm going to have to go and get so exhausted at school.
Yeah. Could
So
be.
that's our back to school moments over here at the Carroll household. And now, Megs, what I want to hear about is not back to school.
I'm not back to school in it yet.
Yeah.
I'm not even first time in school in it yet.
And I think this is just such an important conversation to have for those people who are like you, trying to figure out like, how early do our kids have to freaking go to school? Like, do they need to start when they're 2? Because a lot of people start them when they're 2. I think I did with Quincy. I think he was 2.5.
When he started?
He did so many years of preschool.
Yeah.
Like he should have been teaching the class, but he was still trying to learn the letter B. I don't know.
Yeah.
He didn't take to it very quick.
It's fine. It's fine. We're still working on it.
Yeah.
Still
You got
working
it.
on it.
Yep.
We're on C now.
Yeah. Yeah. There's 26 letters in the alphabet or something like that. 26, 27. I don't know. There's a lot of them. And he's got to learn them all.
He's gonna.
Yeah. He's going to do it.
Yep.
Anywho. So yeah. Talking about your adventure with Cassie Poo.
Yeah. So we did something called Path to Preschool, which was awesome for us. It was 2 days a week for a couple hours a day. And it was moms or parents or grandparent, whoever could come. And they would go to the class with your kid because they're 2. We started when Cass was 2, like right at 2-ish.
So see, 2. Yep.
2. Yeah. But we were in the classroom with them, but it was great. It was like kind of, they had little centers and they could play with each other, which at that age, they don't play with each other yet. They do something called parallel play. Yeah. But they're now getting used to having people around them, other kids around them. And then there was a teacher.
Having to share, maybe.
Yeah. Or wait your turn or whatever that is. So that was a really, really great experience. We had a teacher in the room, which was also cool because it gave them a little bit of someone else's direction instead of just mom's direction or dad's direction all the time.
Yeah.
So it was a really great experience. I loved it. We loved his teacher, Miss Michelle. She was awesome. And then next kind of step he's ready for preschool. Yeah. And all his little friends who were in Path to Preschool are going to preschool now. And I was conflicted because when Path to Preschool ended, it was at the end of last school year. Mm-hmm. And at that point, I didn't feel that he was ready because he also has social separation issues, anxieties. I've tried to put him in a couple classes on his own and he wasn't ready. He just wasn't ready. And
you try to like go to the gym.
Yeah, I put him in this class at the rec center. It was like for an hour or something. It was like a
1 hour a week.
Yeah, sensory class. So stuff to do and other kids and like fun. And I was like, he's going to love that. He hated it. It's called Happy Hands and his hands were not happy. Nothing about his body was happy in that class.
Yeah. Megan, you need to get down here for your kid.
Yeah, I was like, oh, perfect. I'm going to take 1 hour to myself and go start working out. And
1 hour a week, I'm going to get after it.
I'm going to just stack on and get an 8-pack for sure in 1 hour a week. So I went upstairs and they did have to come. They're like, you have to come down and
20 minutes later.
You cannot leave the building. Okay, thanks. So anywho, he wasn't ready. And I knew, and deep down in my mama heart, I knew he wasn't ready, but I thought that was the next step. And he's my first kid, even though I'm mature-ish. Everything is still first for me, you know? So I'm learning as he's learning it, which I think we all do no matter what, like level you're on.
Yeah. Yeah.
In your parenthood.
Well,
but
just like Olivia said in our last episode, she kept reminding us that like this is our first time. It's your first time doing everything. It's your first time parenting. It's your first time parenting your fourth kid. It's always there's always this first
child. Yeah, for sure. So I just was kind of like, okay, now I want to trust my gut more. I want to listen to what he's trying to tell me without using words yet, because he's 3. Mm-hmm. And I was like, at the end of Path to Preschool, I just knew in my heart, I'm like, we're not ready. We're neither one of us. So, and then as the summer went on, and he's grown so much this summer.
Wait, real quick. So as you were making that decision, how did that feel with the other moms? Like, did you feel mom pressure? Was there, and like, because they're all like, oh, we're going to go to this school. Where are you going? Like, was there any of that going on?
Absolutely.
Or?
That was all happening.
Yeah.
When, even with Miss Michelle, she was asking like, where's Caston? Because they all went to like this like meet and greet or whatever. And they're like, where's Caston?
No, why isn't he here? Why isn't he meeting and greeting? Isn't he going to school with us?
Yeah.
Like that pressure, that mom pressure.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, not intentional from anyone, but it was like, where are you going to preschool? And I'm like, we're not. And then it's like, what? Wait, what? That's an option even?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't even think that, because it's just like this progression of like, you did this, now you do this, now you do this, now you do this. And I stopped it. I'm like, karate chop that, because that's not our path. I love that path for whoever is on that journey and wants to do that. And sometimes you don't have an option. Sometimes you're like, I work, so this is what we do, But because I have that option and I'm feeling this out for us, and in my heart, we just talked about a little bit, like 7 hours a day for a kid is not it. And for me, for my son, sitting him in a classroom at 3.5 isn't it for me. It just isn't yet. I know that he's going to be fine. We're doing stuff to learn. There's a lot to learn outside of a classroom, especially when once he's in, that's it. There's no out again. He's not going to stop going to school. So
until he's leaving your home,
until he's 18 years old. And then, he's leaving, and then he possibly goes to college. So then it's school all the way till 22, 23, 25, depending on what he wants to do with his life. And so great. I love that. And I know that that's the way that our society works. But right now I have the choice, and my choice is to not put him in preschool for that reason. We're going to intentionally learn outside of that time, but I'm going to do it at the Jewish festival.
This full circle.
Yeah. No, I'm going to take him to do those things. And he does, I know that there's a lot of decisions to be made for a lot of people, like why they want to do preschool. And I love that. And I've had those conversations with some of the moms.
Yeah.
And a lot of it is socialization. And we get a lot of socialization already.
They do.
So it's like, that's not something that I need right now for him in that. And what was so cool, the growth that he had over the summer was we did start going to Lifetime, and he does go to, that's his school. He calls it school.
Yeah.
And what they're doing there, he is thriven.
He's really thriven. No, he thrives.
He thrives.
He thrives every day.
He has really done an incredible job of moving through that anxiety of separation with me at this place. It wasn't at the place we tried before. It wasn't at that time in his life. I've learned also with potty training that when it's time, and he just can do it. And
he's
that's
crushing
amazing.
that. Yeah.
Except for when he poops on the podium at Sky Zone.
Sometimes you go to Sky Zone, you got to take a shit
on a podium.
You do.
You put the poop podium.
Poop on the podium.
Everybody look at me. I'm pooping on this podium.
Hey, Auntie Megs, Caston just pooped at Sky Zone. He was running.
Auntie Megs, Caston just pooped at the Sky Zone. And I'm like, okay.
I'm running. I'm grabbing paper towels. Megs is running over there. She's guarding the poop.
Yeah. Nobody move. You, Cat, and Caston. Oh, my sweet boy. Just holding the rope on the podium. Okay, we're telling this story now.
Yeah, we are.
So he had already had an accident. He's in the process of learning to potty train, and he's done an incredible job. And he was so excited to be at Sky Zone. It was his first time at Sky Zone.
So
he was
many fun
having the
things.
best time that he couldn't take the time to go to the potty. Fine, no big deal. That happens. That's normal. And now you learn.
Yeah.
And I also bring a pair of extra shorts wherever we go right now.
Just in case.
So we had already taken off. He had underwear on because he usually right now he's just free balling because it's just so much easier when you're potty training for us. But I had put underwear on because I know sometimes when you're jumping or falling or,
For me, I pee my pants nonstop.
Yeah. So he's got a little dribble out, or nobody needs to see his balls all the time either,
Yeah. When you're doing flips.
Yeah. When you're doing flips or trying to crawl out of the foams or whatever. So he had undies on and shorts. Well, he had full on peed because he couldn't take the time.
Because Whitten was like, I got to go potty. So he was like, oh yeah, me too.
Yep.
I already did.
Yep.
So we're on shorts number 2.
So we're already on shorts number 2, no undies, right?
Literally became shorts number 2.
Shorts number 2. And they were camouflaged. Didn't help. It didn't help. So they're like I think this was also the thing. They're like the really like slick, loose, like basketball shorts. So that was smart. Don't wear those when you're potty training. And so he has his shorts number 2, and he's standing up on the rope swing on the podium, just standing there
getting ready.
And he had pooped.
When you're sliding into first and you feel a little burst, poop on the podium.
Pooping on the podium. And so he's still holding the rope and he's just standing there. And then I'm running over and he's like, I pooped. And I'm like, yeah, no. But
I see
everybody
it.
knows,
There's
honey.
a huge turd right underneath
Everybody
your leg.
in this Sky Zone knows.
You know, he didn't step in it though. He didn't
he just held. He didn't move.
Job. Yeah.
He just moved. And Whitten ran over. Auntie May, Caston pooped in Sky Zone. And I'm like, okay, yeah. So then, Cal, thank God, because my immediate reaction was to run to him, and then I'm like, what am I going to do? But you ran the other way, got all the towels you could grab.
I was trying to imagine of this. Like, I'm like, would she have just picked the turd up? Like, because you like felt like, I'm like, I can't leave him. I can't leave the poop. Do I like? I don't like what?
What I thought was, but until I processed what was happening, that I was going to take his shirt off and pick his poop up with his shirt and like just leave.
Yeah,
we were just going to leave.
Walk out, turd in hand.
Yeah, like, hey, there's poop on the podium as we're leaving, so they could go spray it down or whatever.
Podium number 2's got a little poopsicle going on.
Yeah, just get it a little poopsicle. So, I mean, that's happened. And, you know, I could have been embarrassed. I wasn't.
Nope.
I mean, because
we're telling the story right now.
Yeah.
Can't be too embarrassed.
I guess not. I mean, but, and the poor kid too, he had a whole like blue Slurpee the night before. So his poop is basically like toxic green.
So, you know, I don't think anybody noticed because they thought it was part of the play structure.
I think so too. Thank God it wasn't busy because everyone was back to school. So it wasn't like super busy. There was a dad, it was a dad. So either way, he either didn't notice or didn't care or like pretended like he didn't see it because it was a dad. A mom would have been like, oh, no big deal. But the dad's like, oh, nope.
Just don't even look. Don't look. Don't make eye contact.
So that would have been the only other person that maybe would have saw what was going on. But Cal, you were the best. You ran up with all the things. I picked up the poop. I picked up the baby.
Cleaned it up.
Yep.
We got
Cal
everything
cleaned it up. And I took him and I cleaned him up. And I was like, buddy, we have to go home because we don't have any more shorts. Like, not as a punishment, like, not, it's okay. Like, it was an accident. You're learning, but we got to go home. And his little heart was breaking. But it was also something that you have to, that's part of the learning process too. It's like, you're not in trouble. It was an accident, but this is the consequence of what happens when you pee through you pee in your first shorts and poop in your second shorts. We got to go home,
pee
buddy.
number 1, poop number 2.
Yep. So I know.
Poor little dude.
I know. So anyways, we're not going preschool.
Yep. There you go. Wrap it up. Wrap it up.
Yep. So we're waiting until next year. He's doing lifetime school this year, which is going fantastic. And I'm going to be very more.
Yeah.
I should definitely be teaching.
You should be. You're thriving at. You're thriving at.
Thriving at this.
You guys are like, why do you edit this shit out? Because this is us.
Because this is the unfiltered
part of our
being
show.
A perimenopausal mom of toddlers. And also just us, because I'm not going to blame. They're not all like this.
No,
it's mostly just us. But so I'm going to be I've decided I'm going to be very intentional about some learning things, because we've kind of just like been like, whatever, you don't know colors, that's okay, man, we'll figure it out later.
You might be colorblind. It's fine.
Yeah, he's not. He's not. We checked, and he's learning. And I was one of those things we've touched on before. Is I need, I sometimes don't give him enough credit for what he knows or what he can learn. And so I'm going to be really intentional. And we've started doing some intentional learning, and it's been great. And he's picking it up. So yeah, that's where we're at with that. And we're going to stick to it. So.
Well, and you know, I was thinking about that. So we've had that discussion a couple times. And when I was talking to Whitten's teacher, she was like, yesterday, she was like, what's nice is our afternoon class has a lot of advanced students like him. So we're able to teach at a higher level. Whitten's never gone to any school, and I've never done anything intentionally aside from like pointing out colors or letters. Like we play like I Spy.
Yeah.
So we'll do that sort of stuff.
Yep.
And he loves science, but it's, I mean, yeah, he's just stepping into school. He's almost 5 years old. Like, right? He's the oldest in the school. He's never touched anything. And she was just talking about how advanced he is. So I think really a lot of the point of the conversation today, which, you know, did we have to have a point? Not really, but like,
is there a point?
Is there a point?
Sometimes.
But that you don't have to do it one way, that there's so many different ways. There's so many alternatives. And we do get caught in okay, well now I need to do this and I do this and here's what's next. And you just think that there's this course because that's what we knew. But I challenge you guys to pause and see if that's what really works for you, your family, and your kid. Does the normal school structure work for you? Could an alternative type of school be better for you? Would you be willing to have some sort of creative solution of a homeschooling or multiple parent homeschool or an online school or just don't go?
Yeah.
You know,
I think that's illegal, but you might get your kid taken.
But not for preschool.
Or not for preschool.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there's so many options. And I think that's such a great space to like get into, is that you actually are allowed to make those decisions.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to follow status quo of what's going on unless that's what you want. And that's okay. And that's great. But if there's something inside of you that there was, like it was in me, that it's like, this isn't for us yet.
Yeah.
You know, then maybe do some research, do a little internal research and external research and figure out what's going to be the right path.
Yeah. And you, just like another reminder that each one of your kids, if you have multiple children, are likely different, and don't try to put one in the other's shoes. First of all, they're probably not going to fit, and it's a girl and guy, and it's going to look weird. I don't know, whatever. Just they don't have to wear each other's shoes. Meaning, you know, Kinsey loved school and she thrived as a student, and Jace loved his friends. So he thrived making friends and just did school because he had to. And Quincy's like, you know, he's got his goody shoes on when he goes to school, because that's like where he's learning right now, and Whitten hates it, and that's okay. I get to learn, like I might need to school Whitten differently, I might need to school Quincy differently, and I'm gonna every single year, I'm not just gonna be like, okay, it's time to go to first grade, it's time to go to second grade, it's time to go to sixth grade. I'm going to consider, at least I'm saying this right now so I can remind myself, I think it's a great reminder for all of us, like, is this path that we're on right now working well for our family and this child, or should I consider some alternatives? And
because at the end, and we've said this a few times, is I think every parent and mother especially wants your child to be the most successful and succeed and feel like they're thriving.
Yeah, you want them to thrive.
You know,
us.
so,
you want them to be thriving, mature-ish adults.
Look at what the public school system brought to this.
Hey, thanks, Dr. Barry.
Dr. Barry.
Every single time. I haven't talked about you for a couple episodes, and I'm sorry. I apologize.
To keep a kid off drugs. Dare. I don't know the rest.
But we know because we can find it on the interweb.
Yep.
Bam.
Yeah. So I don't even remember what I was saying, but there you go.
There you go, you guys. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for being here. There's a point. It's dull, but there's a point.
Go sharpen up your pencils, you guys.
Show off your fits, your OTT.
Yeah, OTT. Yeah, you name outfit of the day.
OOTD. OOTD.
OOTD. Yeah, you know me. OOTD. Yeah, you know me. But I don't know the rest of the song. I'm just getting my feet ready so I can show them.
Oh, yeah. Show your feet.
Okay, guys, we love your guts.
We love your guts.
See you next Tuesday.
Woo!
Bye. Bye.
Thanks for joining, and don't forget to subscribe and, of course, share with your friends. Guys, that's how we impact more lives. All right, see you next time.
I'm not sure why I'm sitting diagonally today, but it feels good. It feels right.
It looks right for you.